Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Tyler Perry Sistas, Season 6, Episode 13, Truth Is. And let's not waste any time. Before we jump into it, y'all already know. If you're new here, if you're not, either way, subscribe. This is a growing channel and I definitely appreciate you stopping by. Check out my other content. And let's not waste any more time, okay? Let's go ahead and just dive right into it. So we pick up with Sabrina. She's telling Bio that she's not marrying him. Remember last week he told her, like, you gonna give up the cat and you gonna marry me. And she said, I'm not putting it on to make him want to marry me. I'm not doing that. So instead of kicking him out, they're going back and forth, and I don't understand, but whatever. Bio said that he'll revoke her bail. He'll take her bail money back and he'll send her back to the pen, to the slammer. And Misha, shout out to Miss Misha _ IMO. Okay, on her channel, she mentioned that Andi was actually the one who posted Sabrina's bail, and Bio posted Maurice's bail. So when she refreshed my memory, I said, you know what, you sure, all right. How you gonna revoke my bail? You didn't bail me out, child, please. So Sabrina said that she has to go. She like, I gotta go. I'm going to my friend's house. Like it's time to get your jacket on. Let's get out of here. And Bio called, he's like, I'm calling my mom and all this stuff about her getting this big goal. And he's supposedly talking to the mom, talking about, I only wanted my green card and all this stuff. And mentions his other wives and other kids, etc. So Bio was like, look, after he got done doing all that, he's like, it's ridiculous how Americans see African people. None of that was true. I never even called my mom. And, he's like, he don't like the stigma that's on him and other Africans. And he was like, I don't want to marry you. You think that I am closed-minded. And I don't like Maurice for my own personal reasons. Not because I'm closed-minded. If you don't like Maurice for several reasons, what are those reasons? Name some. What's the other reasons then? Because you don't even know him. You never met that man. But, Sabrina's like, I think I've been read. Girl, I think so too. So at Karen's house, outside of her door, Andi is telling Dani, and then with Sabrina, when she arrives, everything about Aaron saying that he's the father and this and that. Karen opens the door because she can hear them talking about her loudly. And she like, y'all just gonna keep talking about me outside my door? So they go in. Karen says she spoke to her doctor about her mood swings, her hormones, and all the things. So Dani was like, so we gonna blame the baby for the way you've been acting. Okay, all right. Yeah, I agree. Karen is only 2 seconds pregnant. So you ain't been pregnant long enough to be talking about your pregnancy hormones. Girl, please. She's thrown off. And that's it. That's all. That's the reason why. So Dani is giving the real. And everyone's trying to shush her and shut her up per usual. And Dani had enough. She like, don't keep inviting me places if y'all not going to allow me to speak. Period. If you don't want to hear my point of view, don't invite me nowhere else. So Karen was like, Dani, please finish. So when she finished, then she still didn't want to hear what she had to say. But I digress. Karen was like, look, Zach played with me. And it was like, how does Zach play you? She's like, he played me. Y'all see how he was acting when he thought I was, burnt up in that fire? And it was like, girl, he has love for you, but he's in love with Fatima. I wish I would stop telling Karen that Zach loves her. Stop saying it. Because she's not grasping the concept that he has love for her and he's not in love with her. So just stop saying it. Karen said it's Zach's baby, but Andi mentioned that Aaron thinks it's his baby, and she's insisting it's not. So, Andi asked, well, look, it said that it's not Aaron's baby, but is there any other potentials? So, of course, Karen's offended, and she's like, girl, no. Please don't turn that into a storyline. We just trying to figure out who's the father already. We tired. Of course, Karen says no. Dani switches the subject to Andi being on a dating app. Andi is going on a date tonight. Same place and location where Dani's crazy coworker is. So Andi basically wants to go on a date now. She wants to go on a date to make Gary jealous. Dani offers to go with Andi to be her wing woman. And she wants to see that coworker as well, but she does tell them that Preston is her man, her man, her man. They're official. Then you shouldn't be worrying about seeing no other man. Where is Preston? We ain't seen him. So Q comes to the police station. The DA is tired of him lying on innocent people, so he said he's sending Q to jail, and the charges on Sabrina and Maurice will be dropped, and I hope so, and I hope this is the end of the storyline, because I'm over it. The DA told Logan, the crooked cop, to apologize, and please let this be the end of it. I don't think it's over, but I wish it was. Moving on, in the car, Fatima and Zach are driving to his son's house, and Fatima's telling Zach that she feels a little guilty about hooking Hayden up with his now estranged wife. Zach, like, don't beat yourself up about it. And me, I'm like, why do you feel guilty? Who cares? Hayden made this decision on his own. Whatever. So we see Andy, Dani, and Sabrina at the restaurant where Andy's having her date. Andy goes on her date with a former football player. Girl, just be with crazy Gary, because you really don't want this man. Just be with Gary, okay? Dani, her sequin shirt, and Sabrina are at the bar. And crazy stalker co-worker pulls up on them. He's friends with Andy's date. And she's in good hands. He's a good guy. And his friend, Rich, arrives. You know, Rich is a little fine, okay? Rich arrives. So the men say that they're all divorced and they'll never get married again. Let me know. Did I hear that correctly? Did they say they never get married again? Because why are we wasting time with this conversation? Red flag, flag on the play. But they insisting that Andy's good, and Dani and Sabrina like, we don't care what y'all talking about. We don't know y'all. So they decide to get a table in the restaurant, and it's giving double dates. Karen invites Aaron over, and she tells him she just wants to be a single mom and take care of her baby. Girl, you don't got much of a choice. But she don't want him. And Karen insists that it's not his baby. Aaron was like, it is. Now, YouTuber Brave Thought, shout out to Brave, she mentioned that Aaron gave up his DNA. So he should have gotten a copy of that DNA test. So everybody like, how did he get it? It's illegal. Well, if he gave up his DNA, then he should get a copy of the DNA test. And that makes sense to me. But I'm also tired, and I just want this to wrap up. So Karen shows Aaron the results that's printed out, and she is like, yeah, it said, because it said 99%, 99.9%. Aaron like, say 99.9%. Karen like, keep reading. And it said, not a match. Now, I've watched enough paternity court to know that when it's not the father, it's a 0% chance that he's a father. And if you are the father, then it's a 99.99% chance. It's not a 99.99% chance if you're not the father. That don't make no sense. So it looks like that was doctored up. But she's insisting that he's not the father. Aaron accepts it. And he like, I don't want to get off this toxic love roller coaster. I love you so much. I want to stay in this madness. But Karen's like, no. I still want Zach. And finally, he just leaves. So, in the meantime, Zach and Fatima go to the son's house. They sit outside, and the nosy neighbor was coming out, and they like, did you call CPS? You called the people? You did what you had to do? She's like, yeah, I sure did. She let him know what's going on. She like, the boy is in there, you know, and the man is not treating him the way he should be treated. So they ready to run up there. And she like, well, who are you? And Zach was like, I'm his father. And she like, I ain't blind. I can see you his father. But who are you? And he's like, this is my wife. And she's like, oh, you his wife. That's cute. Because she know they ain't married. And she's like, so are you okay with this? Because I wouldn't be dealing with no baby mama drama. See, the issue I have with this, because it's like, oh, well, baby mama drama. Like, I wouldn't mind you having, if you have a child, you know, where once you get to a certain age, it's hard to find somebody who don't have none now. Not to say that you should settle, but if there's a cohesive co-parenting situation, if there's things in order, not baby mama drama. And I think that's what she was getting at, but she needs to make that clear. I don't want to deal with baby mama drama. Everybody that has a co-parenting relationship doesn't have drama. But if you have drama, I don't want to deal with that. But she was like, I wouldn't deal with this if I was you. And, you know, was giving Fatima something to think about. And Zach was like, well, we all make mistakes. And she was like, well, this was a big mistake to make. Child. And he still didn't get a proper DNA test. But that's neither here nor there. So they hear some screaming. So Zach run up there. And then I guess the baby mama's boyfriend or whoever was like, get away from here. With you and your fine wife. Or your fine grown adult babysitter. And then Fatima was like, Zach, just come on, let's go. You know, you're on your third strike. But then he heard screaming again, so he went back in there, and Zach started punching on the guy, and that's where the episode ended. It was given a little to be continued, and we're gonna see what happened next week. So let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode. If you watched, if you did not watch, so you didn't have to, drop down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.